Hello, welcome to this video. Hi everybody. So today I'm going to be starting on a brand new game called Pixel Acres. And a little while ago, probably a year ago, I was messing around with some HTML and I came up with this. So this is it's a little farming game where you can plant seeds, water them, and then after you wait a little bit, it's like there I planted them all, and now we just have to wait a bit, and eventually they'll grow up and get harvested. And so this is just a little game, and you just play it for a bit, and then wait, and then, so just a simple clicker, but didn't get a whole bunch. Like, see there, it just grew up right here. So then you can harvest it, and like you can see there's chances to get doubles of things, and so it's just a real simple game that I made using HTML and JavaScript. But once I got to a point where I needed to add more files and things, it wasn't really worth to keep writing it, coding it that way. So that's why today I'm thinking about trying to keep the same sort of idea, but moving it into C++. You can see the link right here. It's just a GitHub pages, but I'll also leave this link in the description. So you can go play this game there and let me know what you like, and the actual game I'll start coding today will be somewhat like that. So let's get coding, I guess. So I'm using C++ and the raylib library, which just helps me render graphics and things. So this is just a simple program that I can build and it'll run, and we just get this window right here. So this is what we'll base the whole game off of. So I'm gonna set aside an hour of my time and start coding and just see how much I can get done today. I'll try to do one of these like every week, but might be every other week depending how it goes. And then I'll also try to edit this whole hour-long video shorter, so more highlights and stuff. But so yeah, right now we just have a blank white canvas. It says Pixel Acres. Um, that's the name I had came up with when I first made it. I think it's cool, but we'll see. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. So the first thing, I really like this green background, so I think let's go here and turn this to light. Let's do green. Might be a bit too dark. Ooh, no, I don't like that at all. I'm a perfectionist, so let's just go search. Well, no, I don't want to deal with changing that right now. So we'll just leave it as a white background. So yeah, just back to normal. We'll worry about stuff like that later. So first thing we need to do is just create a grid of tiles. I'm thinking going smaller, so I might just start with like maybe a 5, or let's just start a 3x3 grid. So I'll probably want to, let's see. I think I'll make a new file for this. Let's go call it farmland.p, and then we'll make the C++ file. This actually needs to go in the other spot. So I'm relatively new to I'm not the most experienced programmer, so if I make mistakes, I probably will a lot. Let's see, so include. Okay, and then we can just come over here and include it there. So let's see, right now, like for this, we have nothing, and then you can kind of see up here, like I used to just have colors, but like now I have the actual sprites. So I think I'll go back to just doing like dark or light brown for being regular, green or not green. Wow, I've struggled with words a lot. Brown for being watered, maybe green for growing, and then just yellow for once it's fully grown. So we'll do class farmland public create. Sometimes the AI autofill is nice, but it's not always. So with that, we can make some private attributes. Sure, we'll do width, height, and how do I want to store the state? I think storing it as a string would be good. So, well, int state. And actually, let's just combine these into size, because it's going to be a square. So then we can go to create a definition over here. And do tile size. And yeah, we can always change this to get whatever we want. And then the state will have various modifiers for that. Okay. Then we need to have a way to update or to draw. So let's just do void draw. And then, so doing that, draw, okay, so we would just do rectangle, and then, ooh, we probably need, I think, vector, and I'll just store an int x, int y. Tile size, okay. Oh, what's this here? Why are we getting in there? Do I have to include raylib here? Um, Hmm. I can't remember what C++ or what raylib uses for that. Let me go check one of my other projects. Let's see. Let's just go here. Draw a rectangle. I thought that's what we had. Okay, there. Okay, fixed it. I had to include the raylib header here. So now, if we get brown, so we just change that to brown, and then go, let's make this like 100, 100. Now if I go to here, and then do so now putting this in, this should create a new instance of a farmland, and then this should draw it. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Okay. Definitely want to make that bigger. But yeah. So just do like double that. And that looks good for now. Okay. So now we need to be able to create 3 of them. So I think we want to come in here and like create an array. No. Can we do a vector 9? How? List. One moment. Let's go give that a look. How to make an array in C++, because I know you can use vectors. Okay, yeah, so I have to include a special thing. Okay, let's just go throw that in there. Get rid of that for now. Now if I do array that, but make that 9, I think. Yeah, because we only want it to be 5. Or not 5, 9. And then also, yeah, and that should be making them all farmlands. So now I think if I go let I equal 0, I less than farmlands dot size. Yeah, so this should be creating a new farmland. Oh, I think I just need to do that. Okay. Int There we go. Yeah. If any of this code starts to look weird, it's because in school right now I'm doing Python for my computer science class. So some Python might sneak into my C++ coding, which probably isn't the best to be learning two languages at once, but I prefer C++ as a hobby program. Okay, so now this is creating 9 farmlands, but the thing is, they're all getting drawn at the same spot. So we need to go to here, see how they'd all be being drawn at 100, 100. So I think so we just need to add a way to change where they're being drawn. So if we go to here and do int x, int y, and the tile size shouldn't change, so we won't worry about changing that now. So int x, int y, and then get rid of those, and I think it's this x. So now this is taking the variable and assigning it this. So now, if over here we were to call this like 100 by 100, then it would spawn it there. Okay. What's the... Do we need to just do that? That fixed it, so do I not need that in there? Okay, so it looks like I do need that. Not 2 of those. Now if I come... What does this mean? Well, okay, yeah. Can we do explain using Copilot? So it's saying get rid of that, which fixes that problem. But now what is this problem doing? No, I want... Okay, here we go. So it's wanting me to keep... Okay. So it wants me to leave one of these, but then also have that. And then add this bit in. So I guess... because what does that mean? Say... So it needs a default constructor. So let's just go to here. And add... And if we come to here, do that. Get rid of that. So if I take this and just put it in there, just get rid of that there. Does that fix everything? Okay. So maybe that works. That's some of the just weird syntax things that I don't quite understand yet, but hopefully I learn more. But those are easy things for the Copilot to just help me out, and it's not like much about gameplay for that. Okay, so now we need to be able to have these values changing. So I think we want to do like something like that, but I want to figure it out on my own. So we're going for 64 size, and what if we do like 10 in between them? So let's see, we need to go, well, 100 and then plus I mod 3, yes, that's what we want, because modulus would give me the remainder of whatever I is, so that'll be doing the, getting us the different rows. So at least I think so, mod 3, and then times, 70, but I'd want it to be 74, because that'd be 64 plus 10, and then plus, why is it saying I divided by 3? Let's just see what that does. And then times 74. And now we need to come down here and do what does this bit mean? I'm guessing that's just going through all of them. So is that what the auto and, okay, so that's just, I guess that's just a way of looping through an array, so that's nice. So let's see what this does. Hopefully we get, okay, nice. So yeah, we get 3 in a row there, and they're nice spaced out. This color's ugly, but we'll fix that later. Let's see, it's about been 30 minutes, so we're about halfway done. So I think we're doing good. Okay, let's see, what do we want to do next? Probably go for detecting clicking and for planting it. Okay, let's try to do that. So to do that, we need to have, let's, what would be the best way to go about that? Because I know in Python you can do just hits, but I don't think that works quite the same way. Okay, I'm going to just play my game for a bit while I think about this. Because like we could just loop through every farmland. Because how am I doing it here? Should I go try to find the code I have for here? Go to new window. Let's go see if I can find the code. I think I have to go to my GitHub account. think I have the source code here. So let's go check where I was, how I was going about that. Because I had a bunch of event listeners, I think. Yeah, so I just went through like here and did for each of them if it was in there. That's probably the best way to go about it. Yeah, okay. But how do I, oh look, all our wheat's grown up. So, okay. So I think I can do on click. Let me double check. Okay, yeah. If mouse pressed. So this is what we want. It's been a while since I've done stuff like that. Okay. Okay. So if the mouse button, left mouse button is clicked, does that give me the, okay. Okay, so yeah, and then so getting this vector, get mouse position, is what would give me the values for that. So that's what we want. So we'll just get that. And now, if we do full, do I have full? Okay, for auto and farmland. Okay. Ooh, let's see. So if we come in here and create a new method and do void check click, and then we'd pass in the mouse X and the mouse Y. And now just go create the definition. So now it's showing us here, but I want, okay, so if mouse X, let me go turn off code completions for a bit. Because like they're nice, but then it kind of gets annoying when I'm going through and trying to figure out stuff by myself, and then it keeps just telling me the answer. So I wish there was a way where I could have it do like all the syntax for me, but then leave the other stuff alone. Okay, but it's not that hard to just come down here and turn it off. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're halfway through the video, and I feel like we've gotten a lot done. But so if I can get clicking on it and changing states, I think that would be really nice. So if mouse X would be greater than or equal to X, and mouse X is less than or equal to X plus tile size and mouse Y is greater than or equal to Y, and mouse Y is less than and equal to Y plus tile size. So this should give me all the space inside of it. Then we want to I guess we could just go create void handle interaction. Now let's just call it click. Handle click. So like in here would be all our logic for we actually clicked on it. Now what do we do? For right now, let's just have it. Okay, so then we'd call that in here. We just do handle click. Or else nothing would happen. Now if we come back to here, we're looping through them, so then we would just do farmland dot check click, and then pass in mouse X, mouse Y. Why do we have an error? No, okay, that is fixed. Sometimes it takes a little bit to update. Actually, this handle click should only be being called in here, so I can actually nope, 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 nope. There we go. Fourth time's a charm. It's option down. So if we make that a private, it's just not available to everything. Okay. And I think what I actually want to do is come here, color, and do brown. So like this is the default. So then we can replace this with color. Do color. Right? What? We have that defined there though. It doesn't want that? But I did define it. Right here. Do I have to? Oh. I see what I did. I need to do color, which is the variable name, equals brown. Right? No. Okay, let's just color, and then here equals brown. Because this one has raylib in here. So that's why it knows what brown is. So then down here we can just do color equals green. So now when we click on it, it should turn green. So we have it called over here. If it's in there, it gets called. So now let's go test it. So we'll build. I'm building it right now. It's popping up. Okay, moment of truth. Hey, it works. Look at that. So wherever we click, it turns green. Nice. Hey, first try. Okay. So now we have planting done. Now, these colors are really bugging me. I want to get better colors. And I actually really like the color palette of this. This is what I had for the original game. So let's download this file, open it here, and I'm going to go to color picker. No, this one. From image, right? Upload. Wait, can't I just... My computer's being slow today. Okay, I guess I have to go find it. Where'd it go? Oh, I'm blind. I do have glasses, so there we go. So now, whoa, this is really being slow. Yep, that's not working. Let's go find a different website. I don't know what is going on with this one. Exit page. Color picker. Image. This is the one I normally use. Use own image. I go here. Just drag and drop it in. And there we go. Okay. So let's start this color first. So we need this value. I think it's copied. And let's see if I can remember how to do this. I think that should be the correct color. That's showing up blue. I don't know how I feel about that. Yep, getting an error. So yeah, RG. That's not how that goes. How does Rayla do it again? Is it just plain that? Or is it color? No. Let's go look in one of my older other projects. How I do colors. Let's go to Tetris. Okay. So this was actually from okay. Okay, so we do like that sort of thing. The brackets there. So does that fix it? Let's see. And I actually probably, no, that doesn't do it properly. But that's all I can do for today. So we got a decent amount of progress done. A little shorter than I was hoping for. Maybe I'll come back in a bit and do some more. But if I don't, thanks for watching, and we'll see how this keeps going for longer. Thank you.